All right, everybody, happy morning. Getting set up here for Guest in the West show here at the Now Media studio. So just Kathy's getting all set up here in Skype. Got the studio lighting on. And here we're going to be. Let me just flip it around here. And you guys can see the show as it's happening. So you're going to see a little bit behind the scenes here this morning as we get all situated. There's the hot seat. Let's get her done. All right, nowmediaradio.com. Woohoo! Here we go. Just scoot down a little bit. Here we go.
Have you got the screen ready?
Not yet, no.
Okay. This way down the road. Here. Whew. I might need a 10 here.
I think everyone does, right?
After the winter?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, there we go. Getting getting started. Here we are. Welcome to the day. Welcome.
Okay, so we're gonna be syncing with the radio, video at the same time, so they can watch video and audio at the same time.
Love it.
Nowmediaradio.com. So ready to go.
And Kathy's our first guest here.
Kathy's online. We're
So,
ready to go.
so we'll go with her, and then we'll take a break. Then we'll hit Devin.
Yes.
Take a break, and then we have Brandy and Connie.
Awesome.
So Limestone Commercial Real Estate. Kathy Kirby. Wine shop at home. All right, let's do this. I'm ready, folks.
Stand by, ready.
Looking good, man. Looking good. Gotta bring something to the table.
Go ahead.
It's a little too short. There you go, nice.
Yeah, that's much better.
I was really tight in that thing.
Yeah, that's...
I've also gotten fatter, Jonathan, so I don't know.
I feel like the whole,
15.
as a society, we just haven't been going outside.
That's right. Facebook, get it done.
Stand by, ready. My God.
Happy morning, everybody. Sherman here, host of Guest in the West show. I'm here from Mutual Omaha. Happy to be in the studios of Now Media Studio here in Houston. Excited to welcome you in on our conversations that we're going to be having today. Really excited to be able to leverage technology in order to have some of our wonderful guests here sharing with us what they're doing, especially during this stay-at-home orders and COVID-19. We really want to showcase all the wonderful members of the Houston West Chamber of Commerce, and so we're excited to have one of our longtime members and also one of our fantastic volunteers and ambassadors, Kathy Kirby, on the show this morning. So, Kathy, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Appreciate you taking the time. All right.
Yeah, I just celebrated 9 years with the Chamber in January.
Well, congratulations, and most importantly, thank you for all of your service and work that you do as an ambassador.
Yes, yeah, it's fun. I enjoy it.
So, Kathy, why don't you introduce yourself to the people that might not know who you are and what you do over there at Wine Shop at Home?
Okay, great. Yeah, I'm Kathy Kirby, and I partner with a company called Wine Shop at Home. We are a bonded Napa Valley winery, and I have been with them almost 11 years.
So what is the way that you're actually reaching out to people during these stay-at-home orders, COVID-19 time?
Well, actually, I'm kind of having fun with what I'm doing. I'm doing online wine tasting. I'm reaching out to customers via text or phone call or just checking in on people and seeing if they need any wine. And the winery has been providing a lot of specials. We have a 3-bottle special, for instance, going on right now. Buy 2 bottles, get 1 half price.
That's wonderful. And so why would someone want to be able to experience this kind of scenario with you? Tell them about, kind of describe what it's like.
Well, it's really just like a regular tasting, only we're doing it virtually. We're doing it, and there's a couple of different ways you can do it. They can order wine ahead of time, and we can all taste at the same time. Or they can watch me, and I can show them how to swirl wine and sip wine. And it's very interactive, and we play some games, and it's a way for people to get together that they might not have been able to before. And this way they can invite their cousins from Oklahoma if they want to. So, so it's kind of opened up the wine world for me. So it's really fun.
Well, that's got to be a really fun way to be able to do it during these particular times. What got you into this industry 11 years ago?
I went to a wine tasting and I tasted the wine from Wine Shop at Home. I thought, oh my goodness, this is really good wine. And so I bought some of the wine and I went to another tasting and I joined the wine club. We're in the top 4% of all wine clubs in the entire world, not just the United States, but in the world, even though we're in the United States. And then we have a personalized wine program, and I bought personalized wine for my brother-in-law, and it made me look like a rock star. So if you've ever tried to buy a gift for your brother-in-law, you know, that's a big bonus. So I decided I could make money sharing boutique wines with friends and meet new people, and that's how I got started.
Wonderful. So this can be also something that somebody could do maybe for corporate gifts or just gifts in general.
Yeah, corporate gift giving, they can get their logo on a bottle of wine, and we're doing something right now where we have, there's our personalized wine labels. We also have some special labels that we put out, and we've won, well over 200 awards. And we have a stay-at-home wine, a wine for Mother's Day wine, a wine for Father's Day, and it's really, and homeschooling wine, which is really fun. That's really, really popular. So we also have a give back program for America's Mighty Warriors, which is really awesome. We give back to our military, Gold Star families in active military as well as past military, retired.
Wonderful. So it sounds like there's a multitude of different ways that people can purchase wine, whether it's for themselves, personal consumption, and obviously then they have you to be able to kind of walk them through on really the education of wine. What are some of the things that you're excited about that's going on at Wine Shop at Home that got you kind of excited these days?
Well, the personalized labels with the stay-at-home, the homeschooling, Mother's Day and Father's Day, which has really been popular. That's a lot of fun. Our winery, we've been through other disasters, and they have come through like gangbusters. They're discounting shipping. They're putting on new labels. They're teaching us how to do. They're teaching us how to do virtual wine tastings. And if you're looking at for every 10 bottles, you get 2 for $10. So that's a really good deal.
Now,
I'll tell you that.
can someone get these at like your local, grocery store, liquor store, Kathy?
No, these are boutique wines. They're shipped direct from Napa to our customers. I'm not even the middleman. It ships direct to them. So unlike what you get at the grocery store, and you have no idea how long it's been on the shelf, our wines are
you can't make general claims for the entire population, huh? Well, I love it. So it's really an exclusive wine club to be able to get some really unique tastes and flavors. And at the same time, if you're feeling a little bit like a novice, they have you to be able to kind of take them through a process in the wine tasting.
Yeah, and also we produce 2 new wines and 2 new reds each and every single month, which that's why we're one of the top wine clubs, because you don't get that with anything else. So the wine also comes with a recipe and a blurb about the wine. It'll tell you what pairs well with the wine, tell you a little bit about the wine, and then on the flip side, it will actually have a recipe that you can cook at home, since we're all cooking at home these days.
So it's not just.
Is it a recipe?
So it sounds like you guys are not just selling wine; you're really educating the public or the consumer on how to best utilize the wine.
Yeah, that is actually the goal of our winemaker. His name is Alex Redley. When we took him on, we picked him out of 50 different winemakers and chose him because he wanted to bring the art of wine pairing with food. So we're not just here to sit down and drink a bottle of wine. We actually teach you how to enjoy it and how to pair it. And at a wine tasting night, we teach you how to sip and swirl your wine and get the most out of it. And it's fun. I call it wine edutainment.
What's a great way for people to get a hold of you, Kathy?
They can either get through my phone number, 713-805-6255, or my website, which actually has everything, including my phone number on it, is kathyswinecellar.com.
All right, wonderful. kathyswinecellar.com. Really appreciate you taking the time to hop on a Skype, Kathy, and share your story with us this morning.
Well, thank you for having me, Sherman.
All right, folks, we're going to take a quick break and hear a word from our sponsor.
In this digital age, conventional business cards already in the past. It's that most people lose them the minute they have a new system. The Now Media Video Business Card is recorded with cutting-edge technology designed to be sent out quickly and easily.
Devin.
It features your contact information, sellers, all the companies.
So Devin's ready?
Yes, Devin is ready. Yes, as usual.
So,
So now media, radio, blah, you know, the any kind of news in regard to the SBA loans, something like that, and then we'll go with them. That way we make it relevant.
Yes.
I'm Francisco Sanchez, Deputy Emergency Management Coordinator for Harris County. April 1st is National Census Day, and it has never been easier to respond on your own, whether online, over the phone, or by mail, all while maintaining social distance and without having to meet a census taker. By being counted in the 2020 census, you will help determine funding for emergency services that are critical to helping us respond to COVID-19 and other disasters like flooding and hurricanes. We all get to shape our future by participating in the 2020 census. You have until August 14th to participate, but don't wait. Do it today. Visit 2020census.gov for more information.
Hello, I'm Scarlett Gordon. You may remember me from the morning news. At World Out of
Welcome back to the Guest in West Show, everybody. Sherman here, your host. I'm with Mutual Omaha, and again, we're in the wonderful studios here of Now Media here in Houston. Want to be able to remind folks that you can check out all the previous episodes now that NowMediaRadio.com is live 24/7, showcasing all the various producers and content creators, and also the Guest in the West Show. And so you can catch that every single day at 11 a.m. So no need to fret if you've forgotten or you had to run off to a meeting via Zoom or GoToMeeting. You can go out to our website, NowMediaRadio.com, and see all the great things that's been happening in our community. You can hear from great business leaders and connectors and influencers like Kathy Kirby. And so we're excited. I know that a lot of people have questions. Hey, I want to get on the show. How can I get on the show? And so what it is, it's a collaboration between Now Media and also the Houston West Chamber of Commerce. So we're excited to have really the person behind the scenes that really helps people get situated here, Devin Wagner. Welcome back to the show.
Hey, thank you for having me again.
Well, thank you for all the hard work you do in getting everybody situated and all the details. And of course, in this particular situation, getting all the Skype names to be able to get people on.
It's a group effort for sure, and I know I have Karina helping me out a lot. She's been such a great help, and it's definitely a teamwork event.
So the tagline of the Houston West Chamber of Commerce, in business, for business, in these stay-at-home orders and events that have really been canceled because of not being able to do so. What are you and the team doing over there at the Houston West Chamber of Commerce to keep in line with that tagline?
Well, yes, we're still very much in business for business, and just how all businesses have had to adapt to the changes of working remotely, so have we. We have been setting up referral-based programs to keep people networking and keep that base going. So we have all these different virtual events. We have happy hours every Thursday. We've now started one on Tuesdays, coffee and conversations with Jeffrey. And next week, I don't know if a lot of people realize this, but next week is actually Small Business Week. So we've had people on our happy hours every single week since this whole thing has started. I think we've had like 6 happy hours. We want to do a happy hour Hall of Fame to kind of showcase them and really promote that for Small Business Week.
That's wonderful. And so I know that Jonathan pulled the website for those that are watching, but what's the website address that people can go and find out the different events that are happening?
So yeah, you can go to the calendar to find out the different events we have going on, but really our website has changed. It's done a complete like 360. Karina has just done a fantastic job with the website, getting members' needs out there, getting the resources out there, everything from SBA loans to face masks to just personal needs. Like if you're going through like a big mental health drought right now, just anything that you could absolutely need is on that needs and resources page. Monica as well. So with the Business Resource Group, we've started a blog. So any of our members that have resources or tips or anything to get you through this, like Marketing 101 throughout COVID-19, how does that look differently now? So you can find all these different tips and resources on the blog page as well from members that have written blog pieces.
That's wonderful. And so for those of you that are listening in the podcast format, it's hwcoc.org. And as Devin had mentioned, there's a lot of just updates. And so if you haven't been on that website in a while, you definitely want to check it out. And if you're new, you definitely want to go check it out because you can see all the various events that will be happening in the calendar. And Devin, how important is it to register for these events now that they're in the virtual format?
Well, now it's even more important than ever to register in virtual format just because they're all on Zoom. And so that just adds a level of uncertainty with Zoom, so to speak, because there's all those Zoom hackers and Zoom bombers. We've actually been Zoom bombed, so now passwords are required for all of our Zoom meetings going forward. So it's important to register ahead of time if you want to receive that password and get into any of our meetings.
All right. And now you mentioned about the networking that's happening. Typically that's a once a month thing, and you said it sounds like you guys have moved that to a weekly. Kind of describe what that's like for a lot of folks.
So
Yeah, it's quite an interesting thing to be able to navigate. And so you highlight as well the Small Business Week coming up, and then a new event that's happening. Talk about this Coffee with Jeffrey.
So coffee conversations with Jeffrey. We have our once a month coffee talk, and on May 7th we're having Jennifer Behan. She's going to be she's our coffee talk speaker. But we also wanted a weekly morning talk for the early birds and the early risers that still get up, because at my house we still get up early. My husband's at work, I'm working, we're all working still, and I try to keep that normal schedule. For other people like that trying to keep their normal schedule, we wanted a morning coffee talk, and so Jeffrey stepped up and he has been excellent. He's a great guy. He's a fun person to talk to. So talking with him in the morning with a cup of coffee, it's a great way to start your Tuesday morning.
Wonderful. And right now it sounds like you're doing that as a weekly event.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And we're going to keep these virtual events even going forward as people are starting to go back to work at their normal business offices. We're still going to keep these virtual events too, because we found a lot of members really enjoy them. A lot of members aren't able to typically make the in-person events so often. So these virtual events are a great way for people to still be able to connect and have that referral program.
Oh, nice. The convenience of being able to do it from your own house, so to speak.
It's the convenience, right? Yes.
Wonderful. Well, Devin, you got so much going on that you guys are working on, so I want to really applaud the team and all the things that you guys are doing in connecting with members and those that are interested in being a part of the West Houston Chamber of Commerce. What's one of the things that you want to kind of highlight that we didn't discuss already today?
Well, really, we haven't stopped working for you and our members. There is still a huge value in this chamber and what we do, what we provide for you. If there's a business that you are wanting to get in contact with, or something that you need, we can really be that foot in the door and help you with anything you need. If you need a referral or someone to reach out to, we are your door for that.
Wonderful. What a resource you folks are to the rest of the members there. And now, someone that's listening, Devin, they might want to get here on the show. What's the best way for them to be able to coordinate that with you?
So really my email or my cell phone right now, since you don't have an office, that's our office phone right at the bottom, but that's okay. So my email, events@hwcoc.org, and then my cell phone number is actually 832-293-6480. You can just call me, text me anytime if you want to get on the show. Super easy. It's a great show to be on to just get more visibility for yourself and your business. And it's complimentary. Remember, right now we are even doing it for some non-members, just because we really want to showcase all businesses that are in need in Houston at this time right now. It's crucial, not just for our members, but for the business economy of Houston as a whole.
Wonderful. So final thoughts, Devin, as we got you back on the show. Really appreciate you taking the time to be able to share all the great things and really the new way of doing business as the Chamber's evolved during these particular unprecedented times. Final thoughts for you. Final thoughts for you on kind of maybe what's going on and what's happening over there at the Chamber.
Well, really, final thoughts for me. I'm just excited for the future of this chamber. We're still trying to keep our major events going forward in the fall. We have a lot of major events, but I'm excited to see where this virtual life takes us. I know a lot of people don't say that, but really, this has forced a lot of people to be more technology inspired with how they run their business and how they do work. And in the future, it's not going to change for us. We're still going to be virtual as well as in person. We're trying to figure out how that's all going to mesh, but it's going to be great.
That's a great perspective, Devin, being able to look at the positive side of things. And I know they're just really have mastered the Zoom and engaging the entire community and making it fun. I know when I've gone on the themed networking after hours, it's just been a lot of fun to be able to connect with everybody. All right, everybody. We're going to take a quick commercial break here. Hear a word from our sponsor. Thanks again to Devin and Kathy Kirby. We have one last guest. Really excited to have them on. They're from the commercial real estate space. So let's first hear a word from our sponsor.
In this digital age, conventional business cards are a thing of the past. In fact, most people lose them in minutes of having received them. The now media video business card is recorded with cutting-edge technology designed to be sent out quickly and easily using your smartphone. It features a contact
Okay, so let me show you something. So when you go to the website,
as well as digital
like for example right now, you have two options. You can go to your cell, you click here, and it's going to be the live audio, and if you click here, it's going to be the live feed. So if people are driving, they can listen to, or if they can watch at home, they can do that.
Okay.
Can we explain that?
Yeah.
Awesome.
And then it's Connie and
Yes.
Brandy.
Do you have her? Yeah, so we need to connect both these sites.
Call today for a consultation at 281-920-9022 or visit www.smartspinaljoint.com and allow Dr. Smart to make a positive and lasting change in your life.
Hello, I'm Francisco Sanchez, Deputy Emergency Manager Coordinator for Arizona. April 1st is National Census Day, and it has never been easier to respond on your own, whether online, over the phone, or by mail, all while maintaining social distance and without
We got them both.
a census taken.
Ready to go.
Counted in the 2020 census, you will help determine funding for emergency services that are critical to helping us respond to COVID-19 and other disasters. Like
1 minute and a half, 90 seconds.
we all do, and we all get to shape our future by participating in the 2020 census. You have until August 14th to participate, but don't wait. Do it today. Visit 2020census.gov for more information.
Hello, I'm Scarlett Gordon. You may remember me from the morning news. At Living World, our goal is to support small business owners with the resources they need to grow their companies without the burden of long-term contracts and expensive pricing. Living World has locations in Houston and the Bay areas.
That's the commercial where we want to have her side ready to go.
Spirit spaces, ultra high-speed internet, bilingual virtual assistant services, business center, conference events, and training rooms with the latest audio-visual equipment.
Okay.
Additionally,
So-
Living World has partnered with top quality.
We got Brandy. Connie's not picking up the Skype, so let's start with Brandy.
Okay.
So explain the now media, whatever, and then we'll go. We need to have the now media radio side ready to go.
Data World sponsors networking events, so business owners get new businesses.
35 seconds.
$8 a day.
Ready to go.
Today at 281-944-9116 or visit us at
We're gonna go to the now media radio site, and
So
then
we're
go
ready
with
for
Brandy.
and to discuss your company needs. Data World.
20 seconds.
Big part of your success.
15. Mike's hot.
Hello, this is Sherman with Mutual Omaha, and I'm your host here at Guest in the West. Really appreciate those that have participated, Kathy Kirby and also Devin from the Chamber. Wanted to remind folks that NowMediaRadio.com has now gone live. It's archived and presenting all of our previous episodes. And so if you want to listen to it, let's say you're on your morning commute, you can actually click on, it's kind of this blue box here when you first hit it, and it's going to be able to just show you the audio and just play that for you so that way you can stay safe as you're driving and navigating or as you're working out. Below that, though, you'll see basically a black square, and it looks like it's got the play button. That's the video format, and that allows you to then live stream what's happening right here in the studios as it's happening. And so those are the two main live areas. First, you can listen in the audio. The second one, you can do it in video. So that way you can consume the content at your convenience. At the same time, I wanted to remind folks that Guest in the West show is now being broadcast on a daily basis, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. And so that way you don't have to miss any of your wonderful episodes, and you can hear all the great things that's happening here in Houston and the wonderful businesses that's participating and really providing value to the members out here. So we're excited to be able to have our last guest in on the show from Limestone Commercial Real Estate. It's Brandy.
Hi, Sherman.
Oh, wonderful. Thanks for coming on the show this morning.
Thank you for having me.
All right. So why don't you introduce yourself and share the story about things, who you guys are.
All right. So Limestone Commercial Real Estate is a brokerage firm that helps other companies navigate, execute their lease contracts for commercial space, mainly office and industrial.
And how are you guys finding the market right now with everything that's going on?
It's in a state of chaos, to be candid. Tenants are trying to navigate their options. They're trying to figure out, can they get rent relief? How much of their PPP, if they got it, can be applied to rent, which is 25%. But is that enough? And are there any other options? Landlords are trying to figure out how to help their tenants manage through this pandemic, and they are sensitive to their tenants' needs. They're also responsible for paying their own mortgage, if you will, on their buildings that they own. They're business owners just like we are. And so it's an interesting dynamic right now. Everyone has needs, everyone wants to work together, but how do you navigate that? And Connie and I have joined forces as small businesses to help other small businesses figure out what their options are in this environment.
And so I got to imagine that you folks are extremely busy during this particular time period.
We are. A lot of people have extra time on their hands, and we're busy helping our clients, and it's been very rewarding because we've found opportunities to help landlords and tenants reach an agreement on how rent relief can be delivered in a win-win scenario.
And so if someone is maybe trying to figure this out and they could need some help, how can they reach out to you and Connie?
Yeah, well, you're showing our website right there. So if you scroll down to the bottom, you can see our admin@limestonecommercial.com is our email address. We've also created just for this special season a form that business owners can fill out, telling us a little bit about your company, a little bit about your lease obligations, and what you really need. And then we can evaluate your current situation and make some helpful recommendations and even go on your behalf to negotiate with your landlord to see if we can reach a win-win agreement.
That's wonderful. And so really you folks are really a liaison in helping people navigate the space of rent.
Exactly.
And so what got you into this industry and this company?
Well, I started with Trammell Crow Company many years ago, and basically started to understand why people build buildings and how they get a return on their investment. And I was really intrigued by the tenant side of the equation. I like to understand business owners' mindsets. I like to understand their vision for their companies. So it's been like an ongoing MBA for 25 years now, where I get to partner with business owners, visionaries, founders, and understand what it is that they're trying to achieve, and then help them with the tiny but important piece of the puzzle, which is finding the commercial space that helps their business and their people thrive.
That's wonderful. And so with some of that strategy and negotiation that you and Connie provide for these clients, what's that experience feel like for them?
Many of them feel relieved. A lot of people don't know that our services exist. Especially small business owners, they're so accustomed to wearing so many hats and doing so many things on their own. They're the HR department, PR, accounting, you name it. So why not be the person that has to go find the lease space and negotiate the contract? You don't have to. This is what we do. It's called tenant representation. So they feel relieved. And then at the end of the transaction process, we like to show them what we've saved them. And they're always surprised. transaction, and that's just in the monetary savings. We also provide flexibility and optionality that becomes invaluable to businesses as they evolve through the life cycle of their company.
Gotcha, that's wonderful. Is there any particular niche market that you and Connie, that you guys focus in on there at Limestone?
Well, I would say office and industrial primarily. We also handle multi-market accounts. So if one company has multiple locations, we become the single point of contact for all of their commercial real estate questions and needs. It's almost like having a department within their company that they don't have to pay for.
That's a great way to be able to off-source and reach out to experts in this space. Now, one of the unique things about the kind of this partnership, how did you hear about the Houston West Chamber of Commerce?
Oh, everyone knows Jeannie Bollinger. She's a local hero. So she has a great organization. She's been promoting companies for years, and I just appreciate all the work that she and the entire team have done. So yeah, she's just a household name.
Wonderful. We're glad you took the time to be able to share your story. Anything in particular that you and you guys are excited about given the current environment?
We are very excited because companies need our services more now than ever before, and a lot of people don't realize that we can help create a win-win between the landlord and the tenant today. So companies, especially small businesses, are under a lot of stress, and we have been able to go in and help them negotiate 3 months of rent abatement and defer it either into 2021 or add it to the end of their lease term. Or if they're a business who knows that they're going to make it through and they want to return strong and they have a long-term commitment to the building that they're in, then this is the perfect time to restructure their lease. So they don't realize that even though they may have 2 or 3 years left on their term, the landlord is willing to have a conversation about providing some abatement today, rent abatement, which helps alleviate some of the stress that these small businesses are experiencing, and restructure the lease for a longer term. So you're trading those concessions today for term in the future, which is truly a win-win. That gives us a lot of joy. When we can help someone else understand that there is a path through this and give them hope that their business is going to come back stronger, it's very rewarding. We're loving it.
Wonderful. And Brandy, that's just some really great advice and expertise that you can really provide to a small business owner and just those in needing to navigate this particular space during this particular time. Again, for those that are listening on the podcast format in audio, what's the best way for folks to get in touch with you and the team there?
So if you go to our website, which is limestonecommercial.com, we have a form that you can fill out. It will automatically be sent to us, and we will review it and reach out to you. You can also go to our website and simply email us at the email address at the bottom, which is admin@limestonecommercial.com.
All right, so you heard it right there, folks. Limestonecommercial.com, and also you can just check out and fill out that form. That will allow you to be able to, for them to be able to best know how they can serve you and your needs. And so I'd reach, if you are in that space or you make some of those decisions, or you know someone in your company that makes those decisions, this is a crucial time to be able to make sure that people are having a look at this, to be able to navigate what's happening in these unprecedented times. So, Brandy, really appreciate you taking the time to come on the show this morning.
Thank you so much. We certainly hope that business owners will reach out to us and just also be reminded that there is no out-of-pocket expense for the business owner for our services. So thank you for having us.
Wonderful. Thank you for that. All right, folks. Appreciate you listening here on the Houston West Chamber of Commerce and the Now Media Guest in the West show. And we're going to break for our final commercial, and we'll see you next week.
In this digital age, conventional business cards are in the past. In fact, most people lose them the minute to find this.
Are we good?
So we have 4 minutes.
4 minutes?
So essentially, we're gonna give 1 minute commercial, 3 minutes, and then just wrap up.
Just wrap it up? Okay.
Yeah, wrap it up 3 minutes.
Okay.
Now Media Radio, Guest in the West, if you want to
SBA.
come over, blah, 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 SBA,
Okay.
and how to keep the business open, we're ready.
Okay.
Oh, we got what?
Imagine doing the activities you enjoy most with your family.
Really?
Feeling it. Did you have a car
We have like 20 minutes,
20 minutes.
so it's okay. We can wing
That
it.
was quick. Yeah, we can.
Okay, we can wing
So,
it.
SBA.
So you have another. So we can. Let's talk about the SBA.
Yeah.
Where are we on the SBA and how the chamber can keep your business open by networking? I
Yeah.
think that's very important. Okay, so if we can focus on how we can get these the companies open, that's great. All right. She was doing great. We can bring her back if you want to. No? Okay, so you're winning. Awesome. All right, so we have 20 minutes. We're going to commercial. Coming back, how the chamber can keep your business open by networking.
Yeah.
And the SBA.
Hello, I'm Francisco Sanchez, Deputy Emergency Management Coordinator for AirStaff. April 1st is National Census Day, and it has never been easier to respond on your own, whether online, over the phone, or by mail, all while maintaining social distancing and without having to be a census taker. By being counted in the 2020 census, you will help determine funding for emergency services that are critical to helping us respond to COVID-19 and other disasters like flooding and hurricane. We all do, and we all get to shape our future by participating in the 2020 census. You have until August 14th to participate, but don't wait. Do it today. Visit 2020census.gov for more information.
Hello, I'm Scarlett Gordon. You may remember me from the morning news. At Bigger World, our goal is to support small business owners with the resources they need to grow their companies without the burden of long-term contracts and expensive pricing. Bigger World has locations in Houston and located areas equipped with top-level facilities, which include working shared spaces, ultra-high-speed internet, bilingual virtual assistant services, business center, conference events, and training rooms with the latest audiovisual equipment. Additionally, Bigger World has partnered with top-quality vendors to offer their members with the services they need, such as accounting and bookkeeping, marketing, sales and business development, business consulting, and also funding. At the same time, Bigger World sponsors networking events so business owners get new businesses, all of that starting at $8 a day. Call us today at 281-944-9116 or visit us at www.biggerworldgroup.com to arrange a tour and to discuss your company needs. Bigger World, let us.
I have a video ready for business opening. 10 seconds, Mike Scott.
Sherman with Mutual Omaha back here with Guest in the West show, everybody. Thank you so much. I want to thank our guest that came on, Kathy Kirby. As a reminder, you can go to her website, Kathy with a K, kathyswinecellar.com, and then you can go and see all the wonderful specials they're having, the private labels, the customization that you can create, the unique flavors and wines that are coming out on a regular basis. You heard her, top 4% of wine clubs in the world, and also it's a US-based business, so that's always exciting. So really want to be able to thank her for her contribution. She's a strong ambassador for the Houston West Chamber of Commerce, goes to many of the ribbon cuttings, welcoming many people, new members, and also long-standing members to the organization. So it's great to always have a strong ambassador to the show. Also, wanted to remind folks, when it comes to the Houston West Chamber of Commerce, if you want to go to their website, hwcoc.org, you'll be able to see all the different events that are happening. Now, right now, they're all virtual, so that way we can continue to stay compliant with the stay-at-home orders. At the same time, you heard from Devin that these virtual meetings will continue to stay. And so you can go right there in the middle, and there's the events tab, and you'll be able to see it in the calendar format, or you can change it to a list format, and you can see all the different events that are going on. As encouraged, you want to be able to register ahead of time, because then you'll be given the specific Zoom number and, most importantly, the Zoom password in order for you to be able to access the various meetings, as Devin had mentioned, being able to make sure that we're compliant and secure during these unique times. The other thing that I want to be able to just mention about how the Houston West Chamber of Commerce is helping you stay relevant, I think for a lot of people, the silver lining in this dark cloud is to be able to, number one, reach out to all of your clients. Let all of them know that you're in business, that you're still there, you're still relevant, you want to stay on the top of their mind. Whether that's via a phone call, that's an email, that's going to a networking event virtually through the Houston West Chamber of Commerce and seeing your clients there. The second one is you want to reach out to anybody that you sat down with recently, and I'd say recently in the last 2 to 3 years, that didn't yet become a client. We call these prospects. So reach out to all those prospects and let them know, hey, number one, you're still in business. And number two, that you can still continue to add value to them, and if now is the time for them to move forward. And then number three, everybody has one of these cell phones, right? And so inside the cell phone is a multitude of contacts. People that you might have forgotten about, people that you haven't reached out to in a while. And so what I would encourage everybody to do is to just reach out to their contacts and, number one, ask them how they're doing. Nobody knows that you care until you care. And so with that, what's going to happen is two things. From a business perspective, you're going to ask them how you're doing. And they're going to tell you what their life is like, and you're going to listen. And then number two is you're going to tell them that you're looking for people in a specific market with what you do and if they know someone. So by being able to go after your clients, your prospects, and then your own particular connections, you're going to find yourself busy and extremely strategic in this particular time period. At the same time, I would encourage folks, especially if you're an introvert, these Zoom virtual networking events that's being put on by the Houston West Chamber of Commerce allows you to now navigate that space from the comfort of your own home. If you don't like crowds, guess what? You don't have to deal with crowds. If you don't like the elevator speech of introducing yourself, and in an awkward conversation, you don't have to do that anymore. If you didn't like shaking people's hands, guess what? Welcome to stay-at-home COVID-19. You don't have to shake people's hands, and actually it's pretty discouraged at this particular time. So it's a great time for those of you, it doesn't matter whether you're an introvert, an extrovert, in-betweener, you can have an opportunity to reach out to people in a very unique way through these virtual meetings and have fun. As Devin had mentioned, they do a lot of themes. I know they had Weird Hair Day, they had Bring Your Pets, and so there's just a lot of fun. Last week it was takeout, so people were showcasing the local takeout that they were able to grab, maybe from a local company. And so I want to be able to encourage you to be able to go to that website, hwcoc.org, and see all the different events that's occurring and see how you can put that into your calendar. If you remember the old adage, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, you want to be able to make sure that you're adding in some different routine to your webinars, your go-to meetings, your Zoom meetings, your Microsoft Teams meetings, and this networking will allow you to be able to do that, especially if you're into sales, marketing, business development, or you're an entrepreneur and you want to be able to get your story out there. At the same time, folks, the Guest in the West show, by courtesy of nowmediaradio.com, or Now Media Radio, is available to you 24/7. And so every day it's going to rebroadcast the archives of 11 a.m. At the same time, you can be able to listen to this or watch it live when we do it every single Wednesday, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. So we're excited and we're grateful for Jonathan for helping produce the show this morning. We're thankful for Juan and opening up the studio. It's obviously communication is essential business during this time. And so I want to be able to encourage those of you that might need to create content in the video format, those of you that want to be able to share your story, that obviously you might have a stack of business cards, these pieces of paper, but you're not going to be passing those out anytime soon. So maybe there's an opportunity for you to be able to get your own digital business card, a 60-second commercial, something that you can post on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, all those various social media accounts. And here's a way to be able to share your story. The nice thing to know that if you don't like the way that you look on camera, Juan and his team can actually bring some professionals and they will do it for you. And you can have someone that is a professional, basically presenter and speaker, and they can share your story. So we're excited that Now Media has opened up the studio for us to be able to do this Guest in the West show. And at the same time, because they are 24/7 on nowmediaradio.com, you can consume all of this content in Guest in the West show, and you can understand how the Houston is a great place to work, live, and play. Everybody, we hope you stay safe out there, and we'll see you next week. Sherm's out.
Okay.
We're good.
All right. We made it to time.
Good. I need to save that run now. I mean, because if not, we're going to be getting short on time all the time. But
Oh,
you know, and I have. So what's the stipulation for bringing guests that are not part of the chamber? Are we okay with that?
right now we are. I think they probably just have to have a conversation with Karina, who's in charge of membership. So basically, we get to pitch them the membership.
Right. Okay.
I think that's probably the biggest stipulation.
Yeah. I think that's important because, for example, I have an attorney that we could probably bring in to talk about next week in terms of social distancing and what is liability for businesses in terms of, you know, if people get or test positive during COVID-19.
Yeah.
Now that the businesses are opening up, things like that I think they're very relevant. So I'll put a list together and I'll send it out to you guys.
That sounds great. All right. Thanks for coming on the show, everybody. Appreciate you taking the time. Got 3 people still on. Dave, see your new book's coming out in November, so that's exciting. Carla, see you're back at work. Did you really ever leave? Let's be honest. All right, everybody. So appreciate you listening. I'm just waving to everybody. So let's see. Let's start. Here we go. At the very bottom, Nisi, thank you. Connie, Jeffrey, Kyle, Hiroki, Carrie, Jeffrey, Megan, Mike, Big Mike, James, Karina, Carla, David, Angie, Rick, Susie, Corey, Dico, Tevin, Kathy, Joanne, Nina, good to see you. Devin, of course. And of course, Vang, good to see you all. Thanks a lot for coming on and checking out the show. Hope you're doing great. Sherm's out.